everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. If you are new here, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button and follow me on my journey to motherhood. Well, not just my journey, my husband's journey too. Anyway, so if you have been following me for quite some time, you would have known that Tim and I have been trying to conceive our first child for about 5 years, and we have decided that it is time for us to adopt. So we decided on fostering to adopt. Now, I'm going to tell you all about that process, starting with the company that we have decided to go through with. So there's 3 different companies, as far as I know, in our county area. Sorry, it's eating grapes and now it's like stuck. But anyway, so we have been looking up different, I keep wanting to say adoption agencies, but it's a foster agency that we would like to go through with. 2 of them, they were just really bad with communication. I wasn't happy with it. I would email them, try and call them. I would not get any callbacks, any emails back. And I check my email daily, and I never got anything back. So one company we decided to go with, 5 minutes after I left a voicemail, he called me back. I was like, oh, okay. After we got off the phone, he said pretty much that he was going to send me an email within an hour. I literally got it an hour later. So he was just really good about his communication and everything. So we are now on that process for the foster care. We found our agency. Our next step is filling out our application for orientation. So that's what we did. We filled out our application for orientation. Unfortunately, we missed the deadline for this month, which is May. And we will not get to do it until next month. Yes, I believe it's the second Wednesday of every month is their orientation, second or third. But either way, regardless, doesn't matter. I don't care. We get to go through with it. We're already signed up for the class and everything. I'm super happy for it. So once orientation is over, then our next step would be for us to, sorry, my eczema is acting up. Our next step would be for us to take these classes. Now, these classes are about 4 to 5 hours long, and I think you have to take like 3 to 4 of them. If the max might be 5. So that's just like 5 Saturdays that you have to take it. So literally a month and like a week. So 5 Saturdays that you would have to take these classes. And with the classes, it tells you a lot more and goes into more depth about fostering and what you would need and your home study and like the different cases that you might come across and all of that. And even I think possibly figuring out your age group that you would like to do. Tim and I have already decided on our age group, and a lot of people have been like, that's really messed up, you guys. You know, there's people out there, or there's kids out there that are teenagers that are looking for a home. I'm well aware of that. However, I am 30 years old, and I would have loved to adopted a 15-year-old or a 17-year-old. But at the same time, I feel that our age, we should go for a younger age group. And then that brings up the argument of 10-year-olds or 9-year-olds. Once again, with that, it's more so of wanting to be able to bond with that child before they get yanked from their school that they've already have friends in, to have to go to another school and a completely new school at that, in a new home with new quote-unquote parents. It's like it's a lot to put on, a lot of pressure to put on a child. And some children, they need that structure, and sometimes it takes about a couple of months in order for them to get that structure and get that new, let's see, how do I put it? It's like, if they're 4 years old and they're going from a home to another home, they're going to have to go to a new daycare. I am a preschool teacher currently right now until this whole quarantine and shelter in place thing is over. Once school opens again, then I will be working at a school. But as of right now, I am a preschool teacher. And so if that child was to come into our home, that child would automatically be able to go with me to school. So where they're a little more around me, they will get to talk to me. They'll get to, like, I get to come to their rescue a little bit more when it comes to issues that they would have. And they will get to bond with me and Tim a lot more than they would if they were in 5th grade starting school. They wouldn't get to bond with us as much. So my whole thing with that is I would like to bond with the child before they get yanked out of a school and have to go put into another school. If that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense what I'm saying, it's like, please let me know and I'll completely explain it a lot better. I've recorded this video probably like about 10 times and my audio is all screwed up. So I'm so sorry, you guys. Just bear with me, please. If need be, maybe I can put subtitles down, but I'm not even sure if they're going to catch that. But so, anyway, we picked our age group. We know our age group. When it comes to gender, race, we don't care. We told them already, we do not care. If they want to give us a little boy first, they give us a little boy first. If they want to give us a girl, girl. If we end up getting a Asian child, we get an Asian child. We do not care about race. We do not care about gender. We just want a child. Like, that's our own thing. Like, we want a child. We even bought, which I'll do a haul later on about the things that we have purchased for this, because just in case we do get a little boy. We have a bedspread and we have a blanket for a little boy. We have one for a little girl. We have it to where it's not so much like, oh, you know, it's pink and ponies and all of this. No, it's just like, you can tell it's for a little girl because it has some flowers on it and it's not super pink and super bright. And the little boy, it has trains on it. So it's just super point blank. Like, obviously, little boys that are 4 or 5 years old, well, 4 years old, they usually like trains. So I put trains. Girls usually into princesses and all that. Not so much me when I was little. I believe I was into more video games and stuff. But either way, just flowers, girly things. So that's what we did. But anyway, so the classes, they're going to talk to you about that. Sorry, guys, completely jumping off subject. The classes are going to talk to you about what the process is. Once you're done with the classes, then you will end up going and taking a, I believe it's like a psychiatric test to make sure that you are mentally stable to have a child in your home, which 100% agree with that. Like, I find that's like amazing, and I'm super happy that they do that. I know Tim is, but I know there's a lot of crazy people out there who will sit there and try and do something like this, and it just sickens me to even think about it. But different topic. So anyway, once they're done with your psychiatric test, then I believe you also fill out a, like, not pamphlet, but a bunch of paperwork that strictly is for, how do I put it? It's very personal. So it asks about your family's background, like if there's ever been like physical or mental abuse coming from your family or from you or anything, if you've had any childhood trauma like that, if you've lost parents, if somebody's passed away in your life, if you suffer from depression or somebody else suffers from depression, like all of that information, like it will ask you, and you have to answer it truthfully, because I believe from what somebody told me is that they can actually go back into your like medical information and find out like, oh, well, she took antidepressants back in yada yada years, and or it says that you had been arrested for driving under the influence. Sorry, I have to think of something. But driving under the influence, it's like they'll go back and they'll find it and they'll be like, hey, you didn't put that down. So, which me and Tim, I've never been arrested. Tim's never been arrested. Tim doesn't drink. I drink, but when I drink, it's more so for social reasons. But like holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, my birthday, but that was the last time was my birthday. So anyways, with that being said, they will ask you all types of personal information and you answer it truthfully. Once all that's done, then you have your home study. And with your home study, they come in and they look at your home, make sure that it's child safe. And if it's child safe, then they will go forward with your fostering to adopt process. Now, this is the thing that I've heard where I'm not fully sure if it's true. I heard that some companies will, after you pass your home study, your social worker will give you kind of like a website to go to. You go to this website, and on this website, it has all these children, which they make your profile for you. They give you a password, everything. And it's all the children that are in the system in your county that are up for adoption. And you literally can go on, read profiles, look at the children, and you can be like, you know what? I'm interested in this kid, and I would like to meet them. Your social worker will then get in contact with their social worker, and if they feel like you are a match, then great. They'll be like, okay, yeah, they're a match. Would you like to go through with the process? No, they'll ask you if you're a match, then they'll ask you if you would like to know more information about them. And at that point, I believe they will then send you a picture. They will send you a complete, backstory of this child. And after that, you can fully decide, you know what? Yes, I still want to go through with it. Or you can be like, you know what? I thought possibly this was the child for me. Maybe not. If there's other couples or parents looking at this child, they will let you know, and they will tell you and say, hey, there's 3 people looking at this child, so so if you want them, then you might want to continue to just try and hold on to it. But just so you know, somebody else might get this child. If you don't, if you want to back out, that's okay, because once again, there's 3 other people looking at this child. So, but if they agree that you are a better match, then you can go through with it. After you 100% say, I want this child, then they will set up a meeting to where you get to meet the child. And then after that, I believe the child gets placed into your home for about 6 months. After those 6 months, you can adopt. Now, once again, I looked up this stuff online. I'm not 100% positive that's exactly how it happened. But this is what I have read, and this is what I have researched. Now, if you are a social worker, or if you know somebody who's a social worker, and anything that I have said might sound ridiculous or silly or anything, let me know. Comment down below, please. Please do not leave me hanging thinking that this is exactly how it's supposed to go. And please don't let other parents on here that are thinking about fostering trying to figure out if that's exactly how it's supposed to go. I'm not afraid to be wrong. I'm 100% okay with being told, no, that's not right. It's let me know, please. So, with that being said, right now we are just in the process of trying to make sure everything's cleaned and everything's straightened up. And since we're in this whole shelter in place, we figured, why not just get our apartment ready for the home study before the home study actually is happening. So that is what we are doing. So once again, I am sorry for those of you who started following me for the trying to conceive videos. Right now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to continue to try and conceive. We are just going to let the universe take it into their hands. If I end up getting pregnant during this whole fostering to adopt thing, we're going to continue to foster to adopt. But then I'm also going to have a baby too. So, like I said, regardless, it doesn't matter. We're in this to become parents. Whether I physically give birth to that child or that child is just given to us. But with that being said, this is the end of my video. Please continue to follow us. If you have any questions or anything, comment below. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that juicy stuff. And yeah, have a great Memorial Day weekend, you guys. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.